Well, hello and welcome to the Modern Yin podcast. I'm your host, Kimberley Roberts of SolefulYin, and I am so glad you're here. I want to take a moment to help you understand what this space is all about, especially if you're new here, and how this podcast can support you. This podcast is really geared for busy women, especially over the age of 40, who feel like they're constantly on the go, taking care of everything and everyone, but you know what? Not taking care of themselves. And over time, that can start to look like feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, tense, tired, but wired, or just disconnected. What I share here is a different approach. Instead of pushing harder or doing more, we focus on slowing down, supporting your nervous system, and creating a sense of safety in your body. Because here's the thing, when your body feels safe, everything starts to shift. Your energy improves, your mind becomes clear, your body softens, and you begin to feel more like yourself again. Inside this podcast, you'll find simple practices using yin yoga, acupressure, reflexology, breath work, mindfulness. These are all designed to fit into what I call real life, even when you only have a couple of minutes. And if you're looking for more support, you can come and join me inside my Patreon. That's where I share full yin yoga classes, guided practices for emotional support, nervous system resets, and even nourishing recipes to support your overall well-being. It's really a space where you can go deeper at your own pace and in a way that feels supportive, not overwhelming. So whether you're listening while walking, resting, or just taking a moment for yourself, I'm so glad you're here because you've landed in the right place. Take a deep breath, let those shoulders soften, and let's begin. Welcome back, everyone, to the Modern Yin podcast. I'm Kimberley Roberts of SolefulYin, and I'm so grateful you've been here throughout this whole month's journey, talking about coming back to the body. So over this month, we've been exploring what it really means to come back to our body. And if you haven't listened to the other episodes this month, please go back and binge those because it really does help tie everything together here. So we began this journey this month of noticing just how much of our lives are spent living in our heads, right? The thinking, the planning, the worrying, the executing, the always, let's take one step ahead kind of thing. And then we explored what it meant to truly listen to our body and recognize that, you know what? It's actually been communicating with us all along. We talked about exhaustion and how it's not always something to fight. Sometimes it's our body's way of asking for self-care. And in last week's episode, I talked about what it meant to begin trusting our body again. So today, I kind of want to wrap it up and bring all of those conversations together. Because I'll be honest with you, this journey has never been about becoming better at yin yoga. It hasn't been about creating the perfect wellness routine. It hasn't been about, trying to nail the protein and fiber content every single day. It hasn't even been about making sure that the sleep is 100% perfect according to your sleep tracking app or whatever. This month has been about learning to live from your body instead of constantly living from your head, right? The place where we were literally programmed to live from. So when you start living from your body, it literally changes everything. Because when we live only from our mind, your day just becomes like a series of checklists. Do this, check that off, always another email, there's always something else to do, another responsibility, another problem to solve, another expectation to meet, like whatever it is, blah, 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 blah. And somewhere in the middle of all of that doing, we kind of lost who we were. We've lost the art of being. But when you start living from your body, it invites a different way of moving through your life. Because, just as an example here, before reaching for another cup of coffee, instead you pause and you notice, well, what's my energy really like? Like, do I really need that second cup of coffee? Maybe not. Like, and before saying yes to that, like, just notice how your body physically responds. Maybe you're somebody's body who responds by expansion and contraction, like through the body or the breath. Maybe you're a sound person, like, it's a mm-hmm or a like I talked about that before, right? But before you start pushing through your task list, ask yourself, like, pause and go, well, what do I actually really need right now? Because I'll tell you, you'll get an answer if you're listening. And those small pauses, as they start to compound, they begin changing everything in your life. And you start trusting yourself more. So your body has literally become the greatest teacher you will ever have. The thing is that this journey, this whole journey of life actually, is about realizing that your body isn't something that you have to control. It's not something you manipulate like we think we do, right? Or how we've been taught to. It's something that you can actually learn from. Because your body knows when it's overwhelmed. It knows when it's carrying too much. It knows when you've forgotten to breathe. It knows when you've laughed, cried, when you've been angry. It knows when you've been safe. It also knows when you've been tired. Like, your body has been collecting wisdom your entire life. So we're not asking you to become somebody different. We're asking you to start listening to the wisdom that's already there, that your body is already giving you. And one of the deepest ways that we honor our bodies, and I've reflected on this through, this month's podcast, is I've realized something, that when we give ourselves, and I mean when we truly give ourselves permission to rest, that's one of the deepest ways we can honor our body. Like, not like collapse into bed because we've completely emptied ourselves out and we got nothing left in the tank. Not treating sleep as something that we earn only after everything on the to-do list has been done. But literally recognizing that sleep is one of the most profound acts of self-care that we can give ourselves. Because when we sleep, our body repairs. Our nervous system settles. Our minds process. Our hearts keep beating. Our breath keeps flowing. There's so much healing happening when we allow ourselves to rest. So if we're learning to trust our bodies, perhaps one of the greatest acts of trust that we can do is believing the body when it tells us we're tired. So if you've been listening throughout this whole month and you've been kind of thinking to yourself, like, yeah, you know what? My body really has been asking for deeper rest. I've started to notice that. I'd love to invite you to continue that journey with me. Inside my Patreon community, I have 7 nights to deep sleep program. It's not like a challenge. It's not about, I got to get the perfect sleep score. But it's literally 7 gentle evening practices that are designed to help you slow down, calm your nervous system, reconnect with your body, and create a bedtime rhythm that supports deep restorative rest. I love this program. Sleep for me was something that for years it's not that I didn't sleep, but I ignored. I just thought, you know what, if I'm getting just half decent sleep, that's all that matters. But now I realize just how important sleep is to everything else in my life. And especially when it comes time to listening to my body. Because if I'm exhausted, I'm going to listen to my head before I listen to my body. So I want you to think of this whole series, this whole 7 nights of deep sleep, as kind of the next chapter in everything that we've been exploring this month. Because coming back to your body doesn't end with awareness. It actually continues every time you decide to care for it. And I'll leave you with one simple truth. People often say that their body is their enemy. But it's not. It's never stopped trying to support you, take care of you. It's always been there through every single joyful moment you've had, every difficult moment you've had, every uncertain moment you've had. It's always been there carrying the wisdom. And now it's your turn to care for it with the same kind of compassion that it's been giving you. So keep coming back to you. Keep listening to yourself. Keep trusting. Because the trust builds. And whenever your body asks for it, keep giving it permission to rest. Rest is not a reward, it's a necessity. And healing isn't something that we're meant to force. It's something we're meant to create space for. Like one breath, one pause, one restful night at a time. You're not trying to nail all of life in one moment. So if this whole conversation has resonated with you this whole month, please share it with someone who might need this insight too. And thanks so much for being here the whole month. I'll see you next month where we start a brand new conversation, a new chapter. So stay tuned. If today's episode supported you in any way, the next best step is to come practice with me. Inside my Patreon, I share simple yin yoga, acupressure, reflexology, and nervous system practices designed for busy women who want to feel calm, grounded, and back in their bodies without needing a ton of time. You'll also find full classes, guided practices, and even nourishing recipes to support your well-being. Until next time, take a deep breath, slow things down, and take care of you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for pressing play today.